Welcome everybody, Trinity Ice Arena here in Muskegon, Michigan for a Bantam AA matchup. Fox Motors takes on the Lakeshore Junior Lumberjacks. Trinity Ice Arena, the home of the USHL Muskegon Lumberjacks. Nice stadium here to play in, wrapped around bleachers. Classic scoreboard. Game 2 of the weekend, game 1 yesterday, a home game against the Farmington Hills Little Caesars program. Fox winning that game 6-5, a high scoring affair. Farmington Hills came out strong in the first period, 3 goals. And Fox climbed their way back. Once down 4-2 late in the second, came back to win that game 6-5. We're all set to start.
Mind if I take a chair?
Thank you. All set to start. Starting up for Fox today, Day on left wing, Moore on right, Martzke at center, Miles Ayler on defense, Mason Day, his partner. Puck ready to go. And this game has started. Muskegon with the draw at the red line. They enter Fox zone, stopped by Day, but puck loosened up. Martzke over to Ayler. Ayler pass up for Moore on the tape at the red line. Moore enters in onside, dumps it in deep. Behind the net, Day's after it. Tried to push it out in front. Captured by Muskegon, played back behind their net. Pass through the middle, picked off by Day. Day on his backhand, back to the wall. Behind the net for Martzke. Martzke feeds a pass out to Day at the point, off his stick. Day gets it back though. Oh, can't hold it in, that'll come out. Muskegon after it on the far side, into the Fox end. Shot in on Reifschneider as a save. Moore collects the rebound, he carries it ahead. Pushes play, he's got Day with him, over for Day. Day shot, save. Puck loose on the far side wall. Played in by Moore, down for Tate. Tate pass in the middle, played by Muskegon. Loose in the feet, Day gets it back. Day behind the net, near side, into the corner, now behind the net. Far side for Tate. Outwater's out there for Moore. Kuhn and O'Gorman on defense. Day comes off for Winters. That one sent length to the ice, and we get our first whistle of the game. Offensive zone draw, Connor Tate, Winters, Outwater, O'Gorman and Kuhn. Lakeshore wins the draw. They pull it behind the net. Back to the far side. Pressured by Winters up the wall. Kuhn can't hold it in. Comes out to mid-ice. O'Gorman chases. Or that's Outwater. Outwater collects in his own zone. Off the wall. Oh, tipped. Turnover. Muskegon. Top of the zone control. They tried to dump it in. Cleared out by Tate. She hits Winters in stride. Winters in on net. Winters shot and saved for the whistle. Looked like the puck jumped at the last second on Winters. Couldn't get his patented shot off. Offensive zone draw. Smilich on the wing position. Ayler and Day on defense. Pollock and Lopshire up front. This is Pollock. Mid-ice, gets through the skaters, goes down. Lakeshore has it pulled away by Smilich, and he dumps it in deep. Lucas hard after it, behind the net. On the hit is Pollock. Lakeshore digs it out, pass through the middle, off some skates. Loose in the neutral zone, Ayler pressures it at the wall. Lakeshore has to regroup to go in onside, and by an inch, whistled for offsides. Lopshire, Pollock at the center position, and Smilanich at left wing. Face off won by Lakeshore. Play it back to the D. Pass through the middle. That goes all the way through. Reifschneider will cover for the whistle. Face off won by Fox. Played behind the net by Ayler. Far side corner. Ayler behind his net. Near side for Day. Day behind the net. That'll go up the wall. Smilanich will sink down to play it. Held in by Lakeshore at the point. Shot knocked down. Smilanich plays it into the wall. Played in by Lakeshore in the feet. Lopshire's going to handle it. Move it to center ice. Smilanich takes it wide. Far side dumps it in. On net. Lakeshore collects. Fox gets a change up front. Moore, Day, and Martsky. Lakeshore with the puck. They carry it up through mid-ice. Right down the middle. Stopped by Ayler. Puck cleared back into the Lakeshore end. And we'll get a whistle for icing.
Yeah. I just want to tell you thank you.
Puck played back into the Lakeshore end off the face-off. Pressured in neutral zone. Puck through the air. Muskegon brings it in the zone. Martsky able to get a stick on it. O'Gorman up the wall for Moore. Held in at the point. Put in deep far side corner. Kuhn after it. Puck loose. Moore with a stick on it behind the net. He'll put it hard around the wall. Lakeshore pinches it at the half wall. O'Gorman with a stick on it. Can't clear. Held in by the Lumberjacks. Oh, loose puck. Day picks it up. Liam, top of the circle shot over the net. Wrapped around far side wall. Lakeshore picks it up behind their own net. Flip to the neutral zone. Dumped it in deep. Behind the net, Kuhn's there. Stops the puck. Martsky gets loose. Sends it near side. O'Gorman after it. Lakeshore pushes it back into the corner. Martsky for Moore at the wall. Moore's cross pass for Day long. And icing arm should be up. And we will get a line change. Winners, Outwater, and Tate up front. Day behind the net for Ayler. Ayler's pass cross ice through skaters. That'll go the length. And we'll bring it back for a D-zone draw. Liam Reifschneider in net for Fox. Tate on the draw. Played in the feet. Muskegon played it in from the point, deep behind the goal. Mason Day touched, tried to find Outwater. Lakeshore holds it in at from the point position shot, blocked, loose on the far side. Moved out by Ayler to Tate in the middle. Tate gets it in on side. Loose in the corner. Lakeshore with a stick on it. Winters there. Lakeshore moves it out to neutral. Mason Day is going to collect. Cross ice pass for Winters. This Lakeshore stick on it and put it in deep. Ayler behind his own goal. Ayler pass up for Day. Day into the middle for Tate. Jumped off his stick. Lakeshore loose in their own zone. Tate after it. Lakeshore pins it up on the wall. Can't clear the zone as Ayler holds it in. Again holds it in. comes out now. Lakeshore with a stick on it. Neutral zone, turnover for Ayler. Ayler drives it ahead, pushes it far side into the corner. Behind the net, Lobshire. Lobshire banked it off the wall to the far corner. Lakeshore's there. They send it hard to the near side. Lobshire will be there. Parker tried to get it today, but instead Lakeshore fed it through. In on Fox. Penalty arm is up. Smilovich will get whistled, I believe, for a holding call. Lakeshore with the first power play of the game here, midway through the first. O'Gorman, Pollock, Lobshire, and Kuhn, your penalty killers. Face off out to the point. Pass back to the half wall, goes loose into the corner. Lakeshore with it. From the corner, pass out on top. Back down into the corner. Pass out in front, connects. In on Reif Schneider, a shot over the net and cleared length of the ice. That'll settle. Lakeshore will have to play it hard after it as Lobshire. Lakeshore behind their net. They cycle it and bring it up the near side. Pass off the wall into the Fox zone. Pressured there at the wall. Lobshire chips it into neutral zone. Lakeshore sends it back into the Fox end. They bring it wide. At the wall, now into the corner. Now behind the net. They'll carry it out. Cross pass to the point. That leaks out of the zone. Rushed in by Lakeshore on the near side. Pinned up in the corner. O'Gorman digs it out. Takes it behind his own net. High off the glass. Held in at the point. Back down low. After it is Kuhn. Kuhn sends it hard to the near side. Pollock tries to position himself to get the puck. Lakeshore with it. Lakeshore at the dot. Pollock. Now O'Gorman gets a stick on it. Lakeshore holds it in the corner shot. It's the side of the net. Another shot goes wide. This one loose, far side. Smilovich out of the penalty box. Comes for a change. Martsky and Moore join play. They're out there with Day. Day and Ayler on defense. Lakeshore with it mid-ice. Into the Fox end. Shot in on Reif Schneider, a save. Rebound save. Loose in the corner. And we get a whistle here. Looks like another penalty call on Lakeshore. So Fox goes on the power play. We'll bring the face-off down to the offensive zone. Martsky, Moore, and Day. Day and Ayler, your five. Mason Day from the point, over for Ayler. Ayler, top of the circle, in, just wide of net. Moore couldn't handle it. Trying to wrestle it back, but cleared out by Muskegon. Length of the ice for the whistle. Face off, played by Moore, dumped deep behind the net. Martsky's there, far side corner. Day digs it out. Day up the wall for Ayler at the point. Ayler cross for Day. Mason puts a shot on net, save. Rebound behind the net, Martsky. Had it taken away by Lakeshore. Ayler will hold it in at the point. Over for Mason. Day. Down low for Martsky. Chip behind the net. Lakeshore sent it up the near corner. Day sinks down. Puts it towards net. Far side corner for Liam Day. Liam walks up the half wall, out for Ayler at the point. Ayler towards net, lost in the feet. Mason tries to hold it in. He goes down into the wall. Martsky's there to help, and Lakeshore clears. Ayler gives chase, Fox with a shift change. Tate joins play. Coming out is Ayler. Ayler across the red line. Moore off for a change as Outwater joins play. Winters, Tate behind the net. Tate in the corner, brings it up the wall. Turns, sends it behind the net, looking for Outwater and Winters. Muskegon sends it harder on the wall, held in at the point. Battle there. Comes out to neutral ice. Tate, cross for Day. Deflected shallow, taken by Lakeshore. They'll send it cross ice, now into the neutral zone. Winters gets a stick on it. Feeds a pass back to Ayler. Lakeshore with a turnover pass in front, loose in the skates, and now taken by Ayler. Ayler up for Outwater. Outwater takes it wide. Gets through some skaters, has it punched to the backboards. Winters gets a stick on it. Puck moved. Outwater digs it out. For Tate. Tate at the end line, drifts behind the net, sends it around the wall, far side. Lakeshore will clear, pass, cross ice, neutral zone, into the Fox end. Kuhn gets a good stick on it. O'Gorman, far side, off the wall for Winters. Winters cross ice, just out of the grasp of Outwater. Lakeshore gets a stick, they'll regroup far side. Pass into the middle, played by Pollock. Now Kuhn. O'Gorman far side, sends it up the wall. Smilanich sent it the rest of the way. Icing arms up. Pollock on the dot. Smilanich and Outwater, his line, Smilanich and Lopshire now out there. O'Gorman and Kuhn. This is O'Gorman rushing it. It's pass cross ice off the wall, played by Lakeshore. They'll send it back to neutral zone. Kuhn with it. Regroups back for O'Gorman. O'Gorman's pass picked off by Lakeshore mid-ice. Brought in the zone, far side. Shot in on Reifschneider, a save. Cleared to the near side, out in the neutral zone. Pollock's racing after the loose puck. Lakeshore keeps it out of the zone. Lopshire brings it in, but Smilanich was trying to exit the zone on the rush. Offsides. 3:34 left in the period. Zeros on the scoreboard. Martsky, Day, and Moore out. Fox able to pull the draw, far side. Ayler and Day on defense. That's Ayler far side. Up the wall, Martsky. Cross ice for Day. Off the wall, Day crosses the red line, puts in the zone, but intercepted by Lakeshore. Backhand cleared to neutral. Martsky back to Ayler in his own zone. Ayler over for Day. Lakeshore trying to find the loose puck mid-zone here. Moore got a stick on it. Lakeshore gets it back. Lakeshore sends it far side on the break-in. Shot from the wall over the net, all the way to the near side. Point man holds it in. Martsky behind the net. Martsky pass up the middle for Day. We have one-on-one. Liam takes it wide. Liam's shot blocked and sent into the near side wall. Lakeshore clears the neutral zone. Mason Day cross ice for Ayler over his stick. Lakeshore with control. Pass at the red line, goes in deep. And we get a icing whistle. Face-off won by Lakeshore. They'll carry near side into the Fox end, pressured by O'Gorman. Puck loosened up. Kuhn sent it around the wall. Far side for Winters. Winters had it pulled away by Lakeshore, but O'Gorman's there to back. O'Gorman behind the net. Puck sent far side. Out to the point. Shot in on Reifschneider. Tipped and they score. O'Gorman with it. Pass up the wall, connects with Pollock. Lakeshore gets a stick on it. Can't clear as Lobshire holds it in, gets it to Pollock. Oops. Pushed down into the wall. Lakeshore tried to clear. Lobshire holds it in. Lakeshore again got a stick on it, held in by O'Gorman. Lobshire trying to take it away. Smilinch with it. Gets it out to Kuhn. Kuhn turns, sends it deep for Pollock. Pollock's pass in the middle for Lobshire, deflected out. Lakeshore through the air into neutral zone. Kuhn settles, turns, sends it back near side for Pollock. Held up here. Shot over the net, on the back of the net. Up into the air, and we'll get a whistle. More Day and Martzke out for Fox. Day and Ayler on defense. One minute left in the first. Face off won by Fox. Ayler behind his own goal. Got some room to skate it out. Ayler through mid-ice. Gets it in deep, far side. Lakeshore tried to feed it up the wall. They'll break it out. Lakeshore's had some numbers. Ayler took it away though. Feeds it back to neutral zone for Day. Loose for Mason Day. Mason tried to get it back to Liam. Liam centered a pass. Played out by Lakeshore. Lakeshore behind the net. Ayler pulls it away. Ayler's pass through the middle from Day to Moore. Moore tries to get around one. Goes deep. Ayler over for Day. And that buzzer means we've ended the first. Fox trails 1-0. Lakeshore with the goal late in the period. All right, second period set to begin. Winners, Teach and Outwater up front. Kuhn and O'Gorman on defense. Lakeshore brings it in the zone. Turnover for O'Gorman. Up the wall in the breakout. Couldn't find Outwater. Played by Lakeshore, shallow in their zone. Winters holds it at the blue line. Shot towards net, and that'll be covered for a whistle. Tate on the dot, offensive zone draw. Connor wins back to Kuhn. Kuhn to O'Gorman. O'Gorman's shot, save. Rebound to Outwater. Outwater over for Kuhn. Kuhn circle shot, and that's gloved for the save. Smilanich, Pollock, and Lopshire come out. O'Gorman and Kuhn remain on the D. Pollock ties it up, gets it back to Kuhn. Kuhn over for O'Gorman. O'Gorman stops, top of the zone. Now he puts it towards net, wide, loose on the far side. Kuhn sinks down, shot, deflected over the net. Lakeshore gathers, sends it up the wall. O'Gorman holds it in. Lakeshore gets it back though. They send a pass cross ice, take it wide in the Fox zone. Pass in front, off a skate and in the backboards. Lakeshore out of the corner, try to hit a pass to the point. Loose, Smilich is going to pick up the loose puck. He's in, he's got Lopshire with him, a shot goes wide. Kuhn holds it in, Lopshire, top of the circle. Parker with it, rips a shot, City scores! Parker Lopshire gets Fox on the board. Smilanich with the hustle play to get the turnover deep in the zone. Kuhn held it in from the point. And Lopshire put a shot off the goalie, hit the goalie, and then squirted past him. So Lakeshore wins, or Fox wins the draw. Ayler ties it up neutral zone, now skates him out himself. Ayler drives it ahead, into the zone, pass into the middle, looking for more, off his stick, and cleared out by the junior Lumberjacks. They get possession back though. Ayler pressed on the wall. Lakeshore now cleared. Martzke taken from behind. Lakeshore takes it away. Shot in from the wall, gloved by Reifschneider. Defensive zone pull here for Martzke. Sent into the corner. Ayler played it behind the net. Day chases. Day pushes Martzke. Pass to Day in the middle. Liam takes it wide, stops top of the circle, now towards net, loose in front. Moore finds it. Moore, far side, puts it in the corner for Martzke. Martzke's tied up, Moore in to help, pushed out, Lakeshore gets it. They'll carry behind the net. Pass in the middle, deflected, Day will have control. Sends it far, or near side, winning the zone off sides. Tate winners, Outwater, Kuhn, O'Gorman. Face off tied up in the feet, now won by Fox. O'Gorman at the red line, now blue line, takes it wide. Pass in the middle for Winners. Chipped into the corner. Winners pass back for Kuhn at the point. Kuhn puts it back down low for Tate. Tate in the corner. Pass in the middle for Winners. Wound up and put it over the net. Outwater, or O'Gorman from the point, put it into the skates. Lakeshore can clear here. Neutral zone, one-on-one. Kuhn pushes play. Shot goes wide. All the way to the far side. Point man held up by Outwater. Tate in to help, trying to find it. In the feet. Now it comes out. Tate clears. That'll settle in the Lakeshore end. Hard after it is Winners. Winners into the corner. Lakeshore sent it up the wall. Outwater plays it. Lakeshore wraps it around the wall. Near side breakout. Held in by Kuhn. Lakeshore gets it back though. Turnover mid-ice. Winners puts a backhand in onside deep. Lakeshore behind their net. Outwater pressured. Puck sent around for O'Gorman. O'Gorman sinks down low, backhand in front. Loose in the feet and cleared out to the wall. Loose out for O'Gorman. He rips a slap shot up into the net. It's deflected by the defender. Pollock, Smilanich, and Lopshire, Ayler, and Day on defense. Face-off played behind the net. Near side corner, Lakeshore's there. They put it behind the net. And then they feed an outlet pass on the near side. They got a break here. 3. Day pushes play. Pass through the center of the ice all the way through and cleared out to neutral zone. 2-on-1. Pollock over for Smilanich. Lucas, shot, save, rebound covered by the goaltender. Offensive zone draw, Lopshire, Pollock, Smilanich, Ayler, and Day. Loose in the middle. Lakeshore gets a stick on it, put it behind the net. Pollock centers a pass. Lopshire finds it, gets taken off the puck, and Lakeshore drives it ahead. Neutral zone, dumped in deep around Reifschneider. Ayler presses play. Day gets a stick on it in the corner, feeds it for Pollock. Pollock skates it through neutral zone, takes it wide into the zone, now to the middle. Pollock trying to find a shot, back to the middle for Lopshire. Harker shoots, wide, rebound, he scores! Boston Pollock with a goal. Pollock carried it in, fed it to Lopshire in the middle, and then found the rebound. Good shot at a really tough angle along the goal line. Day, Moore, Martsky up front. Kuhn and O'Gorman on defense. Lakeshore wins the draw. They bring it in the Fox end. Shot on Reifschneider's wide. Moore, far side wall. He sends it to neutral zone. Lakeshore will have control. Lakeshore's pass, played by Kuhn. A regroup back to O'Gorman, far side. O'Gorman's pass to Martsky off the skates into the Lakeshore zone. Lakeshore, they'll break it on the near side. Pass cross ice, deflected by Martsky. Played in by Lakeshore into the feet of O'Gorman. Loose into the corner. Played behind the net. Loose on the near side. Lakeshore's going to get a free puck. Got it behind the net. Loose for Moore. Still loose. Now O'Gorman's going to clean it up. O'Gorman's backhand pass for Day connects. Day, top of the slot shot, save. And this will be cleared by Lakeshore. Cross ice pass. Taken away by Moore. Held up in the neutral zone. Puck goes in onside. Moore pressures. Kuhn's there. Can't clear it. Lakeshore keeps it in. Moore's going to get a stick on it. Moore's pass, knocked down, played by Lakeshore. Across the red line, they'll dump it in on Reifschneider. He's going to hold for a whistle. Skate! D-zone draw, Winters, Tate, and Outwater up front. This is Outwater. Can't clear it. Lakeshore, top of the zone, puts it behind Reifschneider, played by Ayler. Swept into the far side, off the wall for Outwater. He clears the neutral zone. Hard after it is Winters. Behind the net, Lakeshore brings it near side. Chipped around the glass, out to neutral zone. They've got numbers here. 4. Lakeshore takes it wide, shot crossed the ice, deflected behind the net, and cleared to the near side. Winters has it. Winters couldn't get a pass off, taken by Lakeshore. Fed back through neutral zone. They drive it in. Tire blown in the corner. Fox brings it up, dumps it in on net, and they'll hold for the whistle. Offensive zone draw. Pollock, Lopshire, and Smilanich, O'Gorman, and Kuhn. Puck sent behind the net. Lakeshore sends a pass mid-ice, deflected off a skate. O'Gorman has it. O'Gorman's pass near side, taken away by Lakeshore, dumped in deep. Behind Reif Schneider, O'Gorman's there. Carter turns the wheels on. Carries, has it punched off his stick. Sent in deep. Pass in front. Goes all the way through. Lopshire off the wall, looking for Pollock. Loose, Muskegon with it. Lakeshore on the near side. Now into the Fox zone. Shot wide of net, far side half wall. Pollock trying to clear it. That comes out. Taken away by Lopshire. Parker drives it ahead. Pass over for Smilanich, just off his stick. Lucas in the corner. Lakeshore got a stick on it. Lopshire picks it away. Sent into the wall. Parker's back on it. Puts it in deep for Pollock. Pollock in the corner, back up the wall for O'Gorman. O'Gorman puts it towards net. Played out by Lakeshore. Lakeshore in on Reif Schneider, a shot, and gloved for the save and whistle. Goalie change in the Muskegon end. Kaysen Hammersmith, former Fox Motors goalie, takes over between the pipes. Face-off played by Ayler, up the wall. Now to neutral ice. After it, Lakeshore. Played behind their net, held in by Martzke. Martzke played it near side corner. Lakeshore will pull it back behind the net. More pressuring. Puck played far side corner. Martzke pressured. Lakeshore chipped it out. Neutral zone. Ayler sprints after the loose puck. Miles loosens. Turnover. Lakeshore shot over the net. Rebound side of the net. Cleared. More behind the net. Fed it on the wall. Lakeshore with it. Point man. Back into the corner. Loosens it. Loosened up by Ayler. More through the air. Finds Day. Liam rushes it. Gets through the defender. Liam still on his stick. A shot to save. Puck cleared to neutral zone. Muskegon had a man on the break. Day gets a turnover at the blue line. Liam in the middle for Martzke. Deflected and saved. Played into the far side corner. Now wall. More pressuring. Day gets a loose puck. Shot. Save. Rebound save. And we get a whistle. Hammersmith covers. Tate, Outwater, Winters, O'Gorman, and Kuhn. Winters back to O'Gorman. O'Gorman shot, save, rebound, cleared out. Kuhn holds it in. In front, save, rebound, wraparound, stuffed. O'Gorman sends it back for Tate. Tate now has it. Wall, pass over for Outwater. Shot, and he scores! Brody Outwater. Sunk down low on the back door, and Tate laser to pass across the ice on the tape. Good shift by that crew right there. This was the group that scored 4 goals yesterday. They're back at it today. Good to see. Face off played by Lakeshore. Winters pushes play deep. Lakeshore with sticks on it. Neutral zone. Cross the red line. Dig. Try to put it in deep. Kuhn's skate held it short. Outwater gets the loose puck. Tried to feed it to Tate. Tate has it. Drives it into the Lakeshore end. Puck taken away by Lakeshore. Held in by O'Gorman at the point. Puts it in deep for Winters. Winters shot save. Another pass by Tate out for Kuhn. Kuhn down low, sent it through the slot. No one there. Tate again with it. Over for Kuhn. Off his stick and cleared. Lakeshore settles it down. Puts a floater in on Reifschneider. He gloves it for the whistle. Pollock, Lopshire, and Smilanich up front. Day and Ayler on defense. Ayler, nice move on the breakout. Smilanich sends it cross ice. Lopshire will play it at the red line. Sends a regroup back to Day. Day gets it in the zone, but played by Lakeshore. Lakeshore off the wall into the Fox zone. Ayler with it. Ayler's pass over to Day. Day's pass near side goes through players. Lakeshore touches off the glass and out of play. Pollock, Lopshire, and Smilanich up front. Pollock on the face-off. Ayler and Day on defense. Fox wins the draw. Lopshire pulls it out. Parker, top of the circle. Puts it back behind in the corner. Pollock pressured. Loose behind the net. Lakeshore's there. Smilanich pressuring. Lakeshore taken away by Lopshire. Parker drives towards the net. Shoots! Saved and up into the netting. Martsky on the dot. Day and Moore as wingmates. O'Gorman and Kuhn on defense. Lakeshore can't win the draw. Goes deep for Martsky behind the net. Martsky's pinched. Sends the puck near side for Day. Day pulls it in the corner. Double teamed. Now moves behind the net. Off to the far side. Lakeshore pass to the middle. Connects. Lakeshore in the Fox zone. Shot on Reifschneider, a save. Played in the far side corner. Tied up, Martsky. O'Gorman there to help. Really stuck in the feet there. Trying to get it out. Now it comes out. Lakeshore into the corner. Lakeshore at the wall. Shot blocked in front. Loose. Saved by Reifschneider, loose on the near side. Lakeshore skates it up the wall, leaves it at the point, now dumps it in deep. Behind the net, Lakeshore with it. Pass out in front, cleared out by Martsky. Lakeshore in the corner, trying to move it. Moore with a stick on it, picked off by Lakeshore. From the goal line, a shot all the way around, held in at the point. Now punched out by O'Gorman. Look at this speed. Carter after it, loose puck. Carter in. Shoots! He scores! Lifted the water bottle. O'Gorman. Breakaway goal. Winners. Tate. And Outwater up front. Ayler and Day on defense. Puck loose far side. Ayler near side. Miles crosses the red line, sends a pass for Winters, played back by Lakeshore. Tate in his own zone. Has that taken off his stick and back in off sides. Ayler sent to backhand far side. He'll clear the zone. Mason Day pushes it ahead. Played back by Lakeshore. Then played back by Fox. This is Day over for Winters, just out of his reach. Winters turns, tries to hold it in the feet. Cleared by Lakeshore. Lakeshore drives it in deep, near side, wrapped around. Reifschneider, far side. Day at the half wall, can't clear. Winters pulls the loose puck, out water, back to Winters. Winters into the corner. Gets it to Outwater at the wall. Outwater to Tate behind the net. Tate try to find the wraparound in front and cleared. Tate back at the wall in the corner. Back in front, cleared out. Lakeshore moves it ahead. Pinched by Ayler. Lakeshore got it in deep. Ayler behind the net. In the feet, in to help is Day. Up to Winters, held in by the point. Wide right shot. Puck far side wall. Picked off by Tate. Tate carries it neutral zone. Ooh, he loses a tire. Back on his feet, Lakeshore with control. Lakeshore tries to dump it in, picked off by Ayler. Miles brings it ahead. Miles, top of the circle. Waits for the shift change, absorbs a hit, penalty arm up. Lakeshore will touch up. And we get a rough call. Fox on a power play here to end the period. Pollock, Lopshire, Smilanich, Kuhn, and O'Gorman. The power play unit, 13 seconds. Puck goes in the corner. Lakeshore tries to clear, comes out to Kuhn. Kuhn over for O'Gorman. O'Gorman's pass near side for Lopshire. Parker drops it for Kuhn. Kuhn shot, 1 second, loose, and that will do it for second period action. Fox woke up in the second period. 4 goals. Pollock, Lopshire, Outwater, and O'Gorman. All right, third period set to begin. Lopshire, Pollock, and Smilanich start us out. O'Gorman and Kuhn on defense. Kuhn to O'Gorman. O'Gorman across the red line, brings it in, stops at the wall, gets it to Lopshire. Parker, back to O'Gorman at the point. O'Gorman back to Lopshire, back to O'Gorman. O'Gorman over for Kuhn. Kuhn back to O'Gorman. O'Gorman rips a shot, knocked down, loose behind the net. Pollock gathers. Pollock pass to Lopshire. Lopshire drop to O'Gorman. O'Gorman over to Kuhn. Kuhn's pass over to Lopshire. Out to O'Gorman. O'Gorman gets around one, puts a shot, knocked down by the defender, and cleared out. Race for a loose puck here. Kuhn has it, sends it cross ice for Pollock. Pollock brings it in. He's got O'Gorman. O'Gorman shoots, save, rebound. Cleared, nice save by Hammersmith. Kuhn pass over for Smilanich. Lucas's pass, cross ice on Moore's tape. Moore drop for Pollock. Pollock at the wall, puts it back behind the net. 1 second left in the power play. Muskegon right out of the box on the puck, mid ice. They bring it in, offsides. Martzke, Moore, and Day up front. 5-on-5. Lakeshore wins the draw. They carry it in the zone. Shot in on Reifschneider goes wide. Loose puck. Day can't clear the zone. Martzke again backhand. Day held in by Lakeshore. Lakeshore top of the circle. Shot knocked down. Moore had it punched off his stick and held in. Martzke wrapped it behind the net. Ehlers after it in the corner. Ehler with a stick on it. Day held in by Lakeshore. This one comes out of the zone. Lakeshore will regroup. Off the wall, turnover for Day. Day had it punched off his stick. Top of the zone, off the wall for Martzke. Martzke into the corner, now behind the net. Fed a pass in front. Day shot, save. Loosened the feet and cleared out by Lakeshore. Oh, held in nicely by Ehler. Behind the net, Moore swings at it. Tried to keep it in the corner. Lakeshore able to move it out. Day contests here, neutral zone. Ehler with the puck. Off the wall into the Lakeshore end. Sent behind the net. Day is going to hold it in. Shot deflected by Moore up into the far side wall. Behind the net, Day in the corner. Liam trying to bring it back up the wall, taken by Lakeshore. Driven in, neutral zone. Shot on Reifschneider, he saves and holds for the whistle. Connor Tate on the dot, winners and Outwaters line mates O'Gorman and Kuhn on defense. Lakeshore holds it in at the far side. Point taken away by Tate. Backhand clears the zone. Lakeshore with it mid ice. They send a pass near side into the zone. Kuhn will play. Wraps it behind his own net for Tate. Tate carries behind the net, sends it back near side. Kuhn races to the half wall. Sends it up for Outwater. Picked off by Lakeshore mid ice. On a penalty arm up here, Outwater's going to get whistled. Touched up by O'Gorman. And Outwater will go, I think, for the hook call. Good call. Pollock, O'Gorman, Kuhn, and Lopshire penalty killers. Lakeshore wins the draw, sends it back to the point. Shot knocked down by Lopshire. Point man gets it back, sends it near side, top of the circle. Fakes the shot, sends it top of the zone. Pass down at the half wall. Pass through the air out to the far side point. Top of the circle, shot deflected, and they put one in. Power play goal for Lakeshore, and they bring this game back to within 2. Lakeshore able to put it in the Fox zone. Ayler after it. Lakeshore sends it to the middle. Mason Day. Pass for Lopshire. Pollock got a stick on it. Lakeshore turns over in offsides. Mason Day sends it cross ice. Smiling as chases. Frees it up for Pollock. Pollock down in the corner. Lopshire after it. Smilinch pulls it out. Lucas from the half wall. Dumps it in deep. Lopshire behind the net. Parker over for Pollock. Pollock in the middle for Lopshire. Shot off the back glass. Loose. Smilinch has it. Sends it back behind the net for Lopshire. Parker on the near side. Parker brings it to the middle. Backhand goes wide. Lakeshore. Shot in on net. Off a skate. Rebound cleared into the wall. Stuck in the feet. Lopshire puts it behind the net for Pollock. Pollock brings it back in the corner. Lakeshore able to take it away. Pass cross ice deflected. Ayler gives chase. Ayler. Muskegon on the shift change, deflects in deep by Pollock. Lakeshore will be there behind their own net, and we'll get a whistle. Looks like a bench minor being called here on Muskegon. Oh no, a roughing call. So Fox on the power play. Martzke, Day and Moore up front. Kuhn and O'Gorman on defense. Into the corner. Lakeshore gets a backhand on it. Kuhn holds it. Gets it at the wall for Martzke. Martzke into the middle, had it deflected. Kuhn over for O'Gorman. O'Gorman held it in, gets it to Day at the wall. Day into the middle for Martzke. Martzke's backhand, he scores! Jake Martzke with a beautiful shot. Top shelf backhand. Power play goal. Face off, played. O'Gorman tipped it to neutral ice. Moore picks it up. Goes loose to Lakeshore. At the red line. They'll put it in the Fox zone. Kuhn after it. Kuhn in the corner. Gets it to Moore at the wall. Moore gets it in the middle for Day. Day over for Martzke, far side. Martzke drives it in. Stops at the wall. Pass out in front. Knocked down by Moore. Day couldn't find it behind the net. Lakeshore can't clear. Moore knocks it down, sends it behind the net. Far side, no one's there. O'Gorman steps down, puts it in the corner for Day. Lakeshore behind their net. Oops. They're able to clear. Ayler neutral zone. Cross ice for O'Gorman. O'Gorman's pass up for Martzke. Had it tipped off his stick. Lakeshore at the far side now. Cross mid-ice. Dumped in, deflected by Outwater. Outwater, Tage. Pass up for Tage. Icing whistle or waved off. Tage gives chase. Winters and Outwater out with him. Ayler and Day on defense. This one sent length of the ice. Icing waved off. Day plays it in his own zone. Cross pass for Ayler. Pushed into the wall by the Lakeshore. Centering pass. Day disrupted it. Loose for Outwater. Outwater through the air for Winters. Played by Lakeshore. Winters settles it down. Bryce. Shot! Save. Loose on the near side. Lakeshore is going to break this out. Lakeshore. Shot and saved by Reifschneider. Lakeshore with a shot, knocked down. Ayler after the loose puck. Up the wall. Smilanich to the middle for Lopshire. Parker carries it in. Top of the zone. Drop for Smilanich. Lucas shot over the net. Loose on the far side for Pollock. Pollock puts it behind the net. Smilanich after it. Lakeshore with a stick on it. Broken in the middle of the zone. Lakeshore with a break. Ayler hustles. Lakeshore pushed into the corner. A good play by Miles. Shot, gloved into Reifschneider for the hold and whistle. D-zone draw, Martsky, Moore and Day, Gorman and Kuhn. Face off, tied up, shot over the net. Loose on the far side, Day's after it. Lakeshore takes it in the corner. Kuhn pressures, Martsky in to help. Lakeshore to the middle, Day pulls it away. Liam takes it wide, 3-on-2. Liam drives it in. Top of the circle, over for Moore off his stick. Into the corner, Moore puts it behind the net. Lakeshore plays it out. Up the wall, Kuhn's gonna hold it in. Puts it in deep. Day pressures in the corner. Moore couldn't handle. O'Gorman holds it in, puts it towards net, chip behind the net. Martsky gets it. Martsky, pass out, played by Lakeshore. But O'Gorman holds it in. Backhand goes in deep behind net. Martsky pressuring. Lakeshore able to maneuver it out near side now. Up the wall. At the blue line, loose. And we'll get a stoppage of play here. We have 5-on-5 hockey here, Coincidental Miners. Outwater, Tate, and Winters up front, Day and Ayler as we get restarted here. Lakeshore carries mid-ice. He'll dump it in deep behind Reifschneider. Puck loose into his pads. He'll hold for a D-zone draw. Connor Tate on the face-off. Tate wins it in the corner. Day sends it around far side. After it is Ayler. Ayler up through the air. It's going to be held in. Nope, penalty arm is up. We're going to get another power play for Fox. And offensive zone draw. Tate on the dot. Wins the draw back to Day. Day over for Ayler. Ayler towards net, deflected up in the air behind the net. Winters in front. Save. And that will be cleared length of the ice by Muskegon. That'll settle at the red line. We'll get a whistle. Day from the point, puts it knocked down. Tate feeds a pass to Winters. Winters down low. Shot. And that is saved, I believe. Yes, gloved by Hammersmith. A nice save there. Pollock, Smilanich, and Lopshire out up front. Kuhn and O'Gorman on defense. Fox wins the draw. Pollock with a shot over the net. Loose on the far side. Lakeshore up the glass. Held in by O'Gorman. Right on Pollock's stick. Pollock feeds a pass over for Tate. Or Kuhn couldn't find him. Loose to neutral zone. O'Gorman's there. Sweeps it far side. Connects with Smilanich. Smilanich for Kuhn. Kuhn back to Smilanich. Lucas shot wide. Loose on the near side. Lakeshore with it behind the net. They'll send it far side. Pollock on the half wall, back into the corner for Smilanich. Smilanich for Lopshire. Parker's shot saved. Rebound by Smilanich is saved. And Lopshire far side at the red line. Gets it to O'Gorman on the rush. O'Gorman shot save. Pass in front by Pollock, played by Lakeshore. They'll have it in their far side corner. Penalty expires on the Lakeshore side. 5-on-5. O'Gorman sends it up the wall. Pollock deflects it in deep, goes for the change. Moore's out. Tage is out. Day's out. Mid-ice. Muskegon carries it in. Shot, knocked down behind the net. Pass out in front, blocked. Lakeshore, Moore with it, finds Day, taken by Lakeshore. Loose on the far side. Moore with the stick on it. Cross for O'Gorman. O'Gorman turns and sends it in deep. Lakeshore with it behind their net. They'll send one through the air, length of the ice on Reifschneider. Day will play. Mason's pass over for Ayler, jumped off his stick. Oh, Fox being whistled here. They need to touch up. Someone's got to touch. Shot on net and held for the whistle. Ayler's whistled for the hold. Probably a good play, actually. Muskegon found a loose puck in front of the net. Martzke on the dot. Face-off sent near side. Lakeshore holds it in. At the half wall. Pass out to the point. Far side point. Lakeshore near side. Shot. Nope. Pass far side. Now down low. Pass to the top of the zone. Shot in on net. Wide. Cleared by Day. Near side half wall. Martzke pins the man up. Day gets a stick on it. Out to neutral zone. Lakeshore regroups. Pass to the middle. Lakeshore able to keep control. Pass far side connects. At the blue line. Rushed in. Oh, good job by Day on the back check. Mason Day sends it to Martzke. Martzke turns and whips it down the ice for a whistle. D-zone draw. Fox on the one-man at disadvantage for 36 seconds. Lakeshore wins the draw. Shot disrupted by O'Gorman in the feet. Carter takes it away, puts a backhand through the air mid-ice. Lakeshore able to control. They cycle in the neutral zone, goes loose for Kuhn. At the red line, puts it in deep for an icing whistle. Fox wins the draw. Gorman sends this one high in the air, neutral zone. Lakeshore sends it back, onside. Kuhn puts it right back, neutral zone. Lakeshore has to wait to go in onside, and they'll be whistled.
Come on, win it.
Face-off played by O'Gorman. Through mid-ice. Tate. Lakeshore now played by Ayler. He's out of the box. 80 seconds left in the game. Winters pressuring near side. Lakeshore able to bring it in. Played towards net. Kuhn sweeps it behind his own goal. Pass to O'Gorman. O'Gorman's pass in the middle. Played by Winters. Lakeshore gets it. Lakeshore carries in. Near side. In on net. Shot goes wide. Stuck in the feet. Tate carries out. Pass in the middle. On Winters' stick. Winters leaves the top of the zone. Lakeshore pulls it away. Pass mid-ice. 40 seconds on the clock. Driven in. Far side. Oh, big hit by Day. Loose at the point. Shot knocked down into the back wall. Into the corner. Kicked out by Day. Lakeshore from the point. Shot off the post. 15 seconds at the half wall. Muskegon feeds a pass back out to the point. Shot deflected, knocked down by Outwater. Loose for Day and cleared out by Tate. 5 seconds on the clock, and that will do it here from Trinity Ice Center. Fox takes the win, 5-2 victory. Happy New Year, everybody. Fox back in the saddle. Practice starts again Monday, school Monday. Maybe this is the end of their winter break here, the fun part of the winter break. I hope everyone has a great Sunday. Thanks for watching.